Hey guys, Infidel1258 here. So in this video, we're going to have a long conversation about the Christmas deals that are being offered through Splinterlands. This is on Chaos Legion. This is on Tower Defense. Frankly, the only thing that really grabs my attention is the conversation around the Chaos Legion discounts. I really am thinking about maybe taking a bite here. Possibly, if you guys were interested in organizing a bulk, maybe I might do it. Even if you guys don't want to, I might get a bronze promo pack here. I'm interested. If you wonder why and want to hear my thoughts on this topic, stick around for this 50-minute video where we unpack what I'm seeing here and how I feel about this new discount and this new deal and what I think it's going to do both good and bad for Chaos Legion packs and card prices over the short and medium and even long term. Thanks guys. Have an amazing day. God bless. Infidel1258 here. Hope you guys are having a great day. So much going on with I feel like cards are really being given away today end of season. Tons of really cheap cards, and the new discount, man, this is a video in and of itself. We definitely want to talk about this today. These Chaos Legion bulk package promos with this promo card that we don't even know about, but is probably going to be desirable, right? Just being given away. Even if it's a common and you need 400 copies, if you buy a bronze level account, you're going to essentially get 9 full copies of this thing. It's got to be a common because they're giving away so many BCX. It's just got to be a common. To me, this is worth looking at. And I think a lot of people agree because DEC is soaring. And I definitely want to talk about this because I think it applies. It might be interesting from a perspective of time and attention. Like, is this something that bulk makes sense to look at from a bulk buy? Because it is bulk buy compatible. Like they've said that they're willing to do up to 5 accounts, I think. And then it's not even that much money, man. Like the Chaos Legion bulk buy package, you get for 10,000 US dollars in any sort of cryptocurrency or fiat, you're going to be able to get 3,500 packs. Plus you're getting free potions that to open them with. And I don't know that this is even the best one, but look at, let's just for the moment, assume that that's what you were going to do. I could probably do that. I could do this by myself, and I'm tempted to maybe do it by myself. But at these higher levels, look at these ones. Well, it's not even that much money. This is the thing. It's not $10,000, right? It's 10 million DEC. And as of yesterday, that was like $7,000 or $6,000. DEC has been spiking hard as a result of this, right? So, I mean, maybe by the time I actually get off my horse and make a play, maybe I lose the sort of opportunities here. But there's only so much DEC. And it's currently being gobbled up by people who are interested in these deals. And even now, it would 10 million DEC would cost you 8,500 US dollars. 8,500 US dollars for 3,500 packs. What is that? You're talking $2.40 per pack. Now you would have to throw in some money there to get the vouchers also, right? The vouchers, you need 1,000 vouchers. What are vouchers selling for? Vouchers are down to 13 cents, so that's $130 approximately. It looks like if you want, you just give them extra $180 and they'll call it even. I mean, that's wild. Like I think, sure, $2.40 is actually slightly more than the current kind of buy price of Chaos packs, $1.80. And Chaos packs are gonna, if you buy Chaos packs off here, for $1.80, you're not going to get those airdrops, the future airdrops. Whereas with these bulk buys, you are going to. There's not many more airdrops, but this is pretty darn tempting to me. And then you get into these higher tiers and some of these other benefits. Like this is really interesting to me. Free level 10 guild hall. That's worth 2 million DEC by itself for us. Like time and attention 1 has guild hall level 7, and if we want to complete level 7 and go into level 8, we need to put 500,000, then we need 750, and then we need 1 million. So that's actually 2.25 million DEC that we would need to just complete our haul. So if you get to the silver basis, essentially 10% of the total cost required if you're paying in DEC is actually going to be refunded in the form of a guild upgrade on the haul, which is huge. So, if time and attention 1 wanted to do this and buy like a silver bulk, there's a financial discount that we could calculate in, that we would benefit from that side of it as well. And then the packs start getting crazy with, you get 40% extra packs with vouchers. So you get 24 almost 2,500 extra freebies essentially. And you get 2 free Roonies while supplies last, which is nuts. And I mean, the Roonies are probably, what are they worth? I think it was like 0.25 ETH, and you're talking 1,200 ETH. So you're talking $400 US still. That's the $800 value. And like, what are you getting here? So look, 25 million. Let's do this quick. 24.8, 1, 2, 3 times 0.00085. That's the current DEC price. So the cost is 21,000 plus 450 for the voucher. So you're up to 21,500 for the silver level package, and you're getting 8,680. You're talking again $2.48. So that's right in the same ballpark as the silver. So sorry, the bronze package is essentially the same price as the silver package per pack. But then with the silver, you're getting 2 free Roonies, which is a $400 or an $800 US value. Maybe those could be raffled off among the participants in a group buy. And then you're also getting the free potions associated with it. And like I said, the 2.2 million discount on your Guildhall upgrade. And I don't really know what these are all about. I know that they're listed above, but I didn't look at them very closely. I'm tempted, man. I don't have 2,500 US. I don't have 25 grand that I want to put into this. But I'm tempted to maybe move some things around. What do you guys think about all this? Paul, good to see you. Bobby, good to see you. Bobby says, I got $100, so make that 8,400. Free Guildhall. I know, right? Dang. That's the thing, man. It's like, if you had the dry powder, that's the real question. At the end of the day, they are good prices. And I do want these assets, but the question is, just frankly, do you have the dry powder? And I would be sacrificing some things to do that. And maybe I would be wise to go ahead and pull the trigger on a deal like this, because card assets have that sort of sustainable, long-term income source, that revenue stream. I think this game has fun and it has a future. And those cards are going to produce other assets, such as, like I said, the Guildhall benefit, but then there's airdrops that are going to come from those pack purchases. There's the Roonies that could be, sold off and raffled between, or whatever the case may be. There's just a lot of tertiary benefits to doubling down on those assets. But that's all the good side. There's the other side of the other complication in the conversation is that if I pulled the trigger on a trade like this, I do foresee card prices being driven down through this sort of thing. And this is maybe the second part of the conversation that we definitely need to tackle. Because if you think about it, what we're talking about is, through a sale like this, we're talking about selling tens of thousands of packs. I really believe, I think we're going to sell. Honestly, do I think we're going to sell 100 million DEC worth? Is that even possible? That's possible, but I'm not sure I'm convinced that this is going to happen too much. Like, DEC prices have spiked substantially enough that I feel as though you're not going to see, a ton of people doing this. I do think we're going to see tens of thousands of packs sold. I don't think this is going to translate to hundreds of thousands. That's a guess. But if it's only tens of thousands of packs and not hundreds, let's say it gets us to the next airdrop. Let's say we sell 500,000 packs. I think that sounds a bit heavy. I don't know that that's really going to happen. But maybe. And if it did happen, if we sold, let's say, 1 million packs out of this deal, I think that's going to translate to a lot of pack openings, card liquidations, and then what's that going to do to the card prices? Not to mention what's it going to do to the pack prices, because many of the packs will go unopened and be just listed onto Hive Engine. And Hive Engine's currently listing them for $1.80. I could see this falling down to, $1.25 if they do this. That's the short term, and that's the problem. And so if you go in hard and you buy these packs for $2.40 from them and all those side benefits we talked about, I think you're going to be happy that you did for all the side benefits. But it's got to be that long-term vision, because the short-term price is going to dip. like almost necessarily. If we sell 100,000, let alone 500,000 packs, this price goes down and all the Chaos Legion card prices go down. And when the Chaos Legion card prices go down on the marketplace, what ultimately ends up happening is that the pack prices go down even more, right? Because if the cards inside the pack are worth $2, the pack's worth roughly $2. But if the card prices start to tick down, and let's go tools, pack value. Let's see. Okay. So the expected value is about $1.90. And the sell value is about $1.80. That means that currently the card prices are kind of sustaining this price. But I don't believe that the card value is going to continue to sustain that price. And what would happen if at the same time as there's being a ton more supply of packs being sold, there's also a ton more Chaos Legion cards being sold? And I think that's probable. So then I think you see rental card price reduction on those cards. Therefore, you see less profit from those cards. Therefore, the card price goes down. Therefore, the pack price goes down. And I think that there's probably a spiral over the short to medium term that will be resolved eventually, because we're going to sell or delete all of the Chaos Legion packs. So I see good and I see bad from this thing, but I'm not in it for the days, weeks, months type time frame. So I'm actually interested in possibly putting like, maybe five grand into this. I need to think about that, and it'll depend on what DEC prices do, because if DEC keeps spiking, that takes away some of the discount available to me, right? The higher DEC goes, the less of a discount this is. And as you can see, a lot of people are striving to get that discount, but maybe this is the initial, we had 37% spike on DEC in the last 24 hours. Maybe this is that initial FOMO around this idea. And then maybe in the next 2 weeks, we see is a slowing down of DEC acquisition, because those who want this promo package get it, and then they're done. And maybe there's a second wave opportunity where you could see DEC drop back down to 700 Splintoshis, and then you start to get even more discounts, because this package, if you need 10 million DEC at 700 Splintoshis, you're talking $7 grand. And this, right? So it's like the deal gets sweeter if DEC does fall. Is it going to fall, or is it going to keep climbing closer to peg? And then if it climbs to peg, there's all the conversation around, well, how good is that for our game? Because I think it is. I think it is good for our game if DEC returns to peg and stays there. But I don't know if even this is something that will keep it there, or if we're going to see initial FOMO and buying pressure on DEC, and then just a waning of that, like a petering off. I said a lot there, guys. I said everything I want to say about that. I want to see what you guys have to say about it. I'm interested, but I see pros and I see cons to what this will do. This is going to be turbulent for the economy of our game. It's going to affect prices of cars. It's going to affect the rental market, the sale market, the pack market. You know what I mean? It's got so much, it's going to mix things up. And I think that's good. I'm okay with that. For me, the deals, if we're going to have deals in this game, I want to see them be done on assets that are older. And this pack has been here for over a year now, I guess. So if we're going to do deals, this is one that makes sense. Oh, we didn't even talk in all of that conversation and all of those sort of deal analysis. We didn't really talk about the promo card. I mean, that's going to have a value. I probably it's going to be a solid promo card. I do think it's going to be a common. So if you ended up getting a silver and you got 8,600 BCX of it, you would essentially get 8,600 divided by 400, right? So you're going to get roughly 21 full copies. And if those are worth $100 each, that's probably a $2,100 value in and of itself. It's hard to say though, but I'm just guessing. Like if you look at, how could I do this? Reward cards, common, and you look at the roughly a penny each, and you need 400 copies. So you're talking $40. So you know what? I probably overestimated, because I called it $100 per card. 21 times 100. It's probably 21 times 40-ish, 21 times 50. But still, that's like another $1,000 worth of value that you could tentatively kind of calculate into your rewards out of the process. So I don't know, man. Interesting for sure. What do you guys think about it? Love to see the comments here. Free guild hall though, right? That's the thing. If I could muster, enough investors to do it through time and attention, and we could get that bonus on the guild hall, that would be a significant benefit that you could only take advantage of if you were in the driver's seat around this bulk buy. Bobby says, I think the team is in hustle mode and it's exciting to see, honestly. Yeah, man, I think so too. I think there's this, I'm seeing creative desperation, I think is fair to say. Yeah, man, this is a creative new effort. This bulk buy, like they pulled out a lot of stops here, guys. Like in terms of thinking through how they could benefit us without, I think breaking the bank, metaphorically. Like if this applied to Rift Watchers, in my opinion, you're essentially going too far. With Chaos Legion, you're not, when I say not breaking the bank, I mean they're using assets that are older. I think it's okay to sell on something like this, to put sales out for something like this. I don't love it because I paid a ton for those at the original purchase price. But you know what? I bought my packs when they were for sale and I wanted them and I needed them and I didn't want to miss out. And I actually believed it was possible that they would have sold out right away. Now, in hindsight, that was clearly wrong, but I didn't know that then. Hindsight's 2020. It's like insurance. Like, I don't know how much you guys know about insurance, but I used to be an insurance adjuster. And the whole thing about insurance is you don't pay insurance because you want to have a claim. You pay insurance hoping that you never have a claim. But it should provide you peace of mind in the event of a claim. So you buy car insurance or house insurance and you hope you never have a fire and burns the thing to the ground. But if you do, and you paid that premium, you're covered, you're safe, you're going to be reimbursed. And with me buying packs in the first days and weeks of this issuance for Chaos Legion, I was paying with $20 vouchers, right? That was crazy. And we all knew it. Like for 1,000 packs, I paid $24,000 essentially, because I used 1,000 vouchers and I could have sold those for 20 grand. Isn't that wild? Like, think of that. And now they're selling for $2 a pack and vouchers aren't even necessary. But we knew we wanted it. We knew we wanted those cards and those summoners. We knew the airdrops would be meaningful, and they have been, and they will be. And we actually wondered if it would sell out. And so we made the choice to put the money down, knowing it was a lot of money, because we felt we couldn't afford to miss out. And therefore we had peace of mind in knowing we would get what we needed regardless of anything else. And in the end, it ended up proving, we could have waited and we could have done just fine financially, and we would have, probably done better. We would have done better if we just kind of played it slightly differently and waited a year and then bought the packs off the market and, sold those vouchers into that buying pressure. Sure. But again, hindsight's 2020. And so in the context of this moment, I just don't see a problem with doing discounts on older packs, even though it's not benefiting me directly. Even if I don't invest in this, I just think, get ready these things. The sooner they're gone, and hopefully they are sold. Hopefully they're all sold. That would be amazing. That would be wild. In the best way. It would hurt our card prices. It would hurt pack prices, rental cards, and so on. All of that would be hurt for a short period of time, until such time. Maybe it's 6 months, maybe it's 3 months, maybe it's a year. But I think once these things get put away for a while, you're going to see the prices tick up on everything, packs, cards, etc. The rental prices. And so I say bring it. Let's do it. I'm stoked for the next 6 to 12 months just to see how stuff hashes out. Me too. There's like a hurricane of action happening. And I think, it's going to be turbulent, and it's not necessarily going to always be fun, because I don't think, man, you look around at the market, right? Like BlockFi just declared bankruptcy. And then are there other companies that are also going to do so? And does that have even more negative consequences for Bitcoin? And if so, what does that mean for the altcoin market? I don't know. I've told you before, and I'll stand by it. I'm not shaken by these prices. I am confident. Man, like look at Litecoin. The other day it was $55 and now it's 78. There's opportunities that are not yet being realized for significant, and this is the bear market, but there are significant opportunities even in it, right? And like I said, Ripple's currently hashing it out with the SEC. If that gets resolved, and I think it will, and also I think it will positively, then like positive for Ripple and for XRP, I think that can't help but drive this price up. You know, is $1 reasonable? Is $2 reasonable? That would transform financially sort of what I've got available to me in a major way. And probably you've got some sort of story like that too, whether it's, you know, Matic or whether it's, you know, I don't know what you guys are into, but you know, wherever you're at, I think that that sort of option exists. Guys, even PKM, like I was saying the other day, PKM is being handed over for free through Peak Monsters, and the price is like, it was closer to 0.8 of a penny the other day, and now here we are at 0.6 of a penny. I'm not saying take a bite of this, but man, I do believe one day this is going to be a token that a lot of people hold, and that the volume will be more higher, because I think there's going to be a deflationary nature to it, and I think people are going to use Peak Monsters for the services that they render, and therefore they'll want the discounts offered by PKM. Not to mention the staking returns, like PKM. If you stake this, they got this whole system where you get paid out in different cryptos that are through the pool, through the liquidity pool. So, anyways, I think there's still lots of possible upside, even in this moment of bear market concerns. Yeah, this could be turbulent over the next 6 to 12 months, but I really agree with Eli. It could be a very exciting 6 to 12 months. Paul says, where are you getting the 0.00085 from for the DEC? I'm seeing at 7. So I'm looking at live. Let me see. Livecoin watch, DEC. Have a peek here. Let's see. Where's the, Uniswap's got has a lower target, and DEC to BNB, PancakeSwap, has a lower target. The volume opportunity, it looks like on Uniswap with DEC to DAI, looks reasonable. 33,000 24-hour volume. So that's interesting. But yeah, as you can see, it looks like it's taking the highest price, which is the Uniswap DEC to ETH. And I guess if you go over to, let's look at Hive Engine. Let's go DEC. What are we doing versus Hive? So DEC, okay, so DEC is down there, man. If you could get 10 million DEC at this price point, you're talking $7,300 for that package, for that bronze tier package. And, 24.8 million, so 24 times 0.00075. That was the rate I just saw on Hive Engine. This would be the US dollar value. So look at that. For 18,006, you can get the silver package. Again, assuming you can acquire that DEC at that rate. And it is such that these margins are, so the liquidity available is not endless. You look at these sell orders, there's 800,000. There's another million. So there's 2 million. And you're paying roughly asking price, right? So if you wanted to acquire 10 million, it looks like you'd have to buy most of this wall here. You'd have to buy most of this sell order wall. That's just the first page. But man, you're moving the price fairly reasonably. Like you're going from 00197 all the way up to 00219. And I guess you could come in here and just buy, like, put a bid at 19. It would be the highest bidder. But then you need to hold a Hive, right? You'd need to buy, probably 20,000 Hive, and you'd put it all on Hive Engine. You'd have to pay fees for that. Then you'd have to place a bid order for 20 to maybe 30,000 Hive worth of DEC. And yeah, you'd be the highest bidder, and it would fill slowly. But you'd be because of the bid and the waiting on the sellers, you would be subject to slippage just from the nature of Hive being volatile in price and DEC maybe spiking. And so, I would argue I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to come in here and do a buy order. I'd want to just buy the book. And so then maybe you're starting to see higher prices, and maybe you move away from, 18,000 to closer to 20,000 because you end up paying slightly more. It's hard to say, right? It's really hard to say. This initiative, Bobby, is very different than anything they've done before, but it's not entirely different. They have done promo cards before where you buy, how did it work? I think if you bought Asmari dice packs, you were eligible for promo cards. I might be wrong about that, but I believe that's so. And maybe even Untamed packs. So that's been a thing they've done before. And then the DEC peg value is was one of the things that they're doing here, right? They're essentially giving you $10,000 or 10 million DEC, which is supposed to, based on peg value, equate to 10,000 US dollars. So the peg value is another thing that they've done in the past, and they're just, revamping for this context. The vouchers is another sub conversation in here. That's kind of new, right? Because vouchers are relatively new. They're asking that you bring 1,000 vouchers for the 1,000 bonus packs, and vouchers are worth 13 cents each. So, to me, this is where like the real discount begins. Like, yes, the DEC is a discount. The price, the asking price is a discount. The DEC is even more of a discount, but the vouchers is where things get really inexpensive, where you start to see significant bonuses. So if you could somehow find a way into this threshold, that would be wild. Like you're theoretically getting 10,000 packs at 12 cents per. That's insane. That's insane. It's 100. Is that 120 or is that 1,000? Yeah, it's $1,200 US dollars. Is that right? $1,200 US dollars for 10,000 packs. 10,000 times 0.12. $1,200. 12 cents per Chaos Legion pack. Not to mention the 12 Roonies that will come for free out of that, or the 38,000 promo cards that will come out of that, or the, like I said, free potions, the level 10 guild hall, branded tournament, community pack opening event. That sounds cool. I don't even know what that is, but it sounds cool. Nifty Arcade deck account building. This is kind of cool. I love that they partnered. They've never done this. To answer your question a bit further there, Bobby, they've never done something where they partnered with a community, essentially a third-party community that really support us and stand to succeed by us succeeding in the way that they've done here, where they're inviting Nifty to step in and essentially partner with these buyers to really unlock the power of the cards immediately through, deck and account management and optimization. So it's like if you had $100,000 to invest in cryptocurrency or crypto startups, this would be an amazing way to kind of plug in to what Splinterlands is doing. If again, you believed in the future of it, as always is, so important to say. But if you did, then man, essentially you're going to get your hand held through the process and get set up so that you got the functional income that's going to come out of that. If you're renting decks to scholars, you're going to have a guild with which to kind of put those places to then have your teams fighting at a high level with, with 38,000 packs. You're going to have high competitors fighting away in your guild that you've just now created for free. And not to mention, they're all going to be equipped with Roonies almost. And what about if one of these Roonies ends up being something crazy? That's the other thing. I don't know how they're going to do that. I guess they'll just send you a random Rooney. I don't know. Maybe it's selected out of their, but they're not all going to be $400. Some of them would probably be more than that. 800, 1,200. I don't know. And then branded tournament. I don't know exactly what that means, but obviously a tournament is a tournament, some sort of special tournament for your guild, I guess. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, man. So they've never really partnered in, this is that earlier you said something about how they're going hard. And I think all of that packaged together to me is why I said earlier that it's like there's like, how did I phrase it? Something like desperate innovation or something like that. Like there's real eagerness to figure out a way to create incentive, but not break the bank. And I think that's what this is in my mind. So I'm super glad they've done it. Even if I don't take advantage of it, I'm super glad that it's happening this way. Heck, I hope it brings in new people. I hope it actually excites someone to the point where they say, yeah, you know what? Let's do it. I've been thinking about it for a while. This is my chance. I love this comment. Deus goes, we were so young back when Chaos Legion launched. Yeah, man. Nobody predicted this market right back then either. That's so true. Young, dumb, and not so broke. That's right, Bobby. So I feel like we tackled the Christmas deals conversation. I think that's a big deal. I think there's a lot going on there. I think it's worth our consideration. I might get involved in that.